The crystal chandelier catches the light as expensive heels click across marble. A woman in a black dress stands frozen in the mansion's grand foyer. Behind her, the most dangerous man in the city wraps his arm around her waist and pulls her close. "She's mine," he says, his voice cold steel. The room gasps. Because 30 seconds ago, they all thought she was the new maid. 6 hours earlier. Rain hammers against the taxi window as Maya Chen, 26, clutches a wrinkled address in her trembling hands. The paper is soft from being folded and unfolded 100 times. 1847, Blackwood Estate. Her best friend Lily's address, the friend who disappeared 3 weeks ago without a word. The mansion looms ahead like something from a Gothic novel. Maya pays the driver with the last bills in her wallet and steps into the downpour. Her jean jacket soaks through immediately. Her sneakers squelch in puddles. She didn't dress for this, didn't expect the address to lead to a place where people have drivers and security gates. The iron gate stands open. Strange. Maya walks through, her heart pounding against her ribs. The front door is massive, dark wood with brass fixtures that probably cost more than her car. She raises her hand to knock, but the door swings open before her knuckles make contact. A woman in her 50s stands there, elegant in a black uniform with a white collar. Her eyes sweep over Maya with visible distaste, taking in the soaked jacket, the Target sneakers, the anxiety written across her face. "You're late," the woman snaps. "The agency said you'd be here at 2 o'clock sharp." "I'm sorry, I think there's been no excuses. We have standards here." The woman, her name tag reads, Mrs. Thornton, head housekeeper, grabs Maya's wrist and pulls her inside. "The guests arrive in 4 hours for Mr. Volkov's charity gala. You'll start in the kitchen." "Wait, I'm not, the uniform room is down that hall. Size 6, I assume." Mrs. Thornton's gaze is clinical, dismissive. "Change quickly. And do something about your hair. This is the Volkov residence, not a college dormitory." Maya opens her mouth to protest, but Mrs. Thornton has already turned away, barking orders at 2 other staff members who appear carrying flower arrangements the size of small trees. The mansion swallows her. Marble floors stretch in every direction. Oil paintings in gilt frames watch her from the walls, old men with hard eyes, women with secrets in their smiles. Maya counts 3 staircases from where she stands. The chandelier overhead could probably pay her rent for 5 years. She should leave. Should explain the mistake and ask about Lily properly. But something stops her. If Lily was here, if this is where she disappeared from, maybe Maya can find clues. Maybe working one shift, blending in, will give her access to places she'd never see as a visitor asking uncomfortable questions. The uniform room is a closet larger than Maya's entire apartment. Black dresses hang in neat rows, organized by size. She finds a 6, changes quickly, and catches her reflection in the full-length mirror. She looks the part. Anonymous. Invisible. Perfect. The kitchen is chaos. A chef with a French accent shouts orders while line cooks move with military precision. Steam rises from pots. The smell of garlic and butter and something sweet makes Maya's stomach clench. She hasn't eaten since yesterday. "You." A woman with flour on her apron points at Maya. "Canopy Station. Don't touch the caviar with your fingers. Use the mother-of-pearl spoons only." Maya has no idea what a mother-of-pearl spoon looks like. She nods anyway and finds herself arranging tiny pieces of food on tinier plates. Around her, the staff gossips in hushed voices. "Did you hear? Dmitry Volkov himself is attending tonight. I heard he killed a man last week. With his bare hands. Don't be dramatic. He had someone else do it. Either way, keep your head down and your mouth shut. The Volkovs don't tolerate mistakes." Maya's hands shake as she places a curl of smoked salmon on a cracker. The name Volkov pulses in her mind like a warning siren. She's heard it before, everyone in the city has. Real estate empire with rumors of darker business underneath. Money that came too fast to be clean. A family that makes people disappear. Like Lily. 4 hours pass in a blur of silver trays and crystal glasses. Maya's feet ache in the regulation black flats they gave her. Her back protests from bending over the canopy station. But she keeps her ears open, listening to every conversation, every whispered name. Then the guests arrive. Maya is sent upstairs with a tray of champagne. The grand ballroom glitters with wealth, women in dresses that cost more than cars, men in custom suits discussing stocks and vacation homes like other people discuss the weather. She moves through the crowd like a ghost, refilling glasses, picking up empty plates. No one looks at her. No one sees her. She's invisible, just like she planned. Until she sees the photograph. It's half hidden behind a potted orchid on a side table. But Maya would recognize that smile anywhere, Lily, laughing, her arm around a tall man whose face is turned away from the camera. The photo is recent. Lily's wearing the necklace Maya gave her for her birthday 2 months ago. Maya's hand reaches for the frame. That's not for you to touch. The voice comes from behind her, low, accented, dangerous. Maya spins around and nearly drops her empty tray. The man standing there is tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a black suit that probably costs more than her entire year's salary. But it's his face that stops her breath, sharp cheekbones, ice blue eyes, a scar cutting through his left eyebrow. He's handsome in a way that makes you forget to be careful. Dmitry Volkov. She knows it without being told. I'm sorry, sir. I was just looking at things that don't concern you. His eyes narrow. Who are you? He's asking the question that will change everything. And Maya has exactly 3 seconds to decide, tell the truth or maintain the lie. Comment below, what would you do in Maya's position? Run or stay? Maya's throat goes dry. Dmitry Volkov stands so close she can smell his cologne, something dark and expensive that probably has a name she can't pronounce. His eyes pin her in place like a butterfly on display. I asked you a question. His voice hasn't changed, still calm, still controlled. But there's steel underneath. Who are you? 3 seconds to decide. Tell the truth. I'm looking for my missing best friend and I think your family knows what happened to her. Or lie, I'm nobody. Just the new maid. Maya's survival instinct kicks in. She drops her gaze, makes herself smaller, becomes the invisible servant she's been pretending to be all evening. Maya, sir. From the agency. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have touched, look at me. It's not a request. Maya raises her eyes. Dmitry is watching her with an intensity that makes her skin prickle. He's studying her face like he's memorizing it, cataloging every detail. You're not from the agency, he says quietly. Her heart stops. Sir, the agency sends the same staff for my events. I know every face. He tilts his head slightly. You're new. Which means Mrs. Thornton hired you directly. A pause. Or you're lying. Maya's mind races. She can hear her pulse in her ears, feel sweat forming at the base of her spine despite the mansion's perfect climate control. Before she can answer, a woman's voice cuts through the tension. Dmitry, darling, there you are. A woman in a red dress approaches, stunning, perfectly made up, diamond earrings catching the light. She links her arm through Dmitry's with the casual ownership of someone who's done it 1,000 times. You promised me a dance, she purrs. Then her eyes land on Maya. Oh. The help is bothering you? I'll have Mrs. Thornton, that won't be necessary, Natasha. Dmitry gently removes her arm. Go find Victor. I need a moment. Natasha's smile freezes. But, now. She leaves, heels clicking sharply against marble, and Maya knows she's just made an enemy she can't afford. Dmitry turns back to her. Come with me. It's not a request. He walks toward a door hidden behind velvet curtains, and Maya follows because refusing feels more dangerous than obeying. They enter a study, all dark wood and leather, books lining the walls from floor to ceiling. The door clicks shut behind them. Maya's hands clench at her sides. She's alone in a locked room with a man who allegedly kills people. Dmitry moves to a cabinet, pours 2 glasses of amber liquid. Drink. I'm working, I can't, you're not working. He hands her the glass. You're trespassing. So drink and tell me why you're really here. The scotch burns her throat. Dutch courage, her father used to call it. I'm looking for someone, Maya hears herself say. My friend. Lily Park. She was here. I saw her photograph. Something flickers across Dmitry's face, recognition? Anger? It vanishes before Maya can identify it. Lily, he repeats. And you think breaking into my house will help you find her? I didn't break in. Your housekeeper assumed, you let her assume. He sets his glass down. You wore the uniform. Served drinks to my guests. All while looking for what? Evidence? Proof? Answers, Maya says, and she's surprised by the steadiness in her voice. She disappeared 3 weeks ago. No calls, no texts. The last message she sent was this address. So yes, I came here for answers. Dmitry studies her for a long moment. Then, impossibly, he smiles. It doesn't reach his eyes. Your friend Lily, he says slowly, worked for me. As an accountant, not a maid. She was very good with numbers. Very observant. Worked? Past tense? She left. Suddenly. Without notice. His voice is carefully neutral. I assumed she found better opportunities. Lily wouldn't do that. She wouldn't just disappear, people disappear all the time, Maya. The way he says her name makes it sound like a threat and a promise at the same time. Sometimes they run. Sometimes they're running from something. Sometimes. He doesn't finish. A knock at the door interrupts them. Mrs. Thornton's voice comes through, anxious. Mr. Volkov? Your father is asking for you. Dmitry's jaw tightens. Tell him I'll be there shortly. He said immediately, sir. Something dangerous flashes in Dimitri's eyes, but he just says, "Understood." He turns back to Maya. "You need to leave. Now. Before my father sees you and starts asking questions I can't answer." "But Lily, forget about Lily." His voice drops to barely above a whisper. "For your own safety, forget you ever came here." He moves to open the door, but Maya grabs his wrist. She feels him tense, feels the corded muscle under expensive fabric. "I can't forget," she says. "She's my best friend." "Would you forget? If it was someone you cared about?" For a moment, just a heartbeat, something human crosses his face. Grief, maybe. Or understanding. Then it's gone. "Mrs. Thornton will show you out the service entrance. Take your clothes from the uniform room. Forget this address." He pulls free from her grip. "If you're smart, you'll forget my name too." He opens the door and Maya finds herself escorted out by Mrs. Thornton, whose disapproval has upgraded to outright hostility. "I don't know what you said to Mr. Volkov," the older woman hisses as they walk through service corridors, "but count yourself lucky you're leaving with all your teeth." Maya changes back into her damp jacket, her Target sneakers. The rain has stopped but the sky is still threatening. Mrs. Thornton practically pushes her out a side door that leads to an alley. "Don't come back," is all she says before slamming the door. Maya stands in the alley, trembling, her mind spinning. She turns to leave, and freezes. Dmitry Volkov stands at the end of the alley, leaning against a black Mercedes, cigarette smoke curling around him in the damp air. "Get in the car, Maya," he says quietly. He knows something. And Maya has to decide, trust the monster or walk away forever. Subscribe to see what happens next. Trust me, you won't believe it. Maya doesn't move. Every self-preservation instinct she has screams at her to run. "I said get in the car." Dmitry drops the cigarette, crushes it under expensive Italian leather. "We're being watched, and you standing there looking terrified isn't helping either of us." "Watched by who?" "People who will hurt you to get to me." He opens the passenger door. "You have 5 seconds to decide if you trust me enough to stay alive." Maya looks back at the mansion. In an upstairs window, she sees movement, someone pulling back curtains. Watching. She gets in the car. Dmitry slides into the driver's seat, and they pull away from the mansion in silence. The car is warm, smells like leather and that same dark cologne. Classical music plays softly from hidden speakers. It's surreal, sitting in luxury while her heart races and her hands shake. "Where are we going?" "Somewhere we can talk without my father's surveillance." Dmitry's hands are steady on the wheel. "Somewhere he doesn't own." "Your father?" "Viktor Volkov. The man who actually runs the family business." His voice is carefully neutral. "I'm just the face. The charming son who hosts parties and smiles for photographers. He's the brain. And the brutality." They drive through the city, leaving the expensive neighborhoods behind. The buildings get shorter, older. Finally, Dmitry pulls into the parking lot of a 24-hour diner that's seen better decades. Neon flickers in the window, Millie's, open always. A mob boss goes to diners? Maya can't help asking. Even monsters get hungry. But there's something almost human in his smile. And Millie's doesn't ask questions. Inside, the place is nearly empty, just a truck driver at the counter and an elderly couple in a corner booth. A waitress who might be Millie herself doesn't even blink at Dmitry's expensive suit. She just pours 2 coffees and leaves the pot. "Your friend Lily," Dmitry says once they're seated, "was digging into things she shouldn't have been digging into." Maya's chest tightens. "What things?" "Money. Specifically, money my father was moving through shell companies. Lily was supposed to be balancing books for the legitimate real estate business. Instead, she found accounts that didn't add up. Transactions that didn't make sense." He drinks his coffee black. She asked questions. "And your father found out?" "My father finds out everything." Dmitry's voice is tired. "But here's what he doesn't know, Lily came to me first. Showed me what she'd found. Gave me copies of everything." Maya leans forward. "Where is she? Is she alive?" "Yes. And safe. I sent her to my property in Vancouver 3 weeks ago with enough money to start over." His ice blue eyes meet Maya's. "She wanted to tell you, but I wouldn't let her. Anyone she contacted would become a target. I thought I was protecting you by keeping you in the dark." Relief crashes over Maya so hard she can barely breathe. "She's really okay?" "She's really okay. Angry at me for making her disappear without warning, but alive and safe." He pulls out his phone, shows her a photo, Lily on a beach, sun in her hair, smiling. The timestamp is from yesterday. Maya's eyes blur with tears. "I need to talk to her." "Not yet. Not until I've dealt with my father." Dmitry puts the phone away. He knows someone leaked information, but he doesn't know who. He's working through a list of suspects. "The moment you contact Lily, he'll trace it. He'll know she's alive, and he'll know you helped her. So what do? You pretend tonight never happened. You go back to your life. In a few months, when things settle, I'll arrange a reunion. His voice softened slightly. I know it's not the answer you want, but it's the only way to keep both of you alive. Maya wipes her eyes. Why are you helping her? Helping me? Dmitri is quiet for a long moment. Outside, rain starts again, tapping against the diner's windows. Because my father is a monster, he finally says. And I'm tired of being his son. They sit in silence, drinking coffee, while the rain picks up. Maya feels the adrenaline crash hitting her, exhaustion so deep it makes her bones ache. I should take you home, Dmitri says. Where do you live? Maya tells him her address, a studio apartment in a neighborhood where people like Dmitri Volkov never go. But when they pull up outside her building, there's a black SUV parked across the street. Too clean. Too expensive for this neighborhood. Dmitri sees it too. His entire body goes tense. Don't move, he says quietly. He pulls out his phone, makes a call, speaks rapid Russian that Maya doesn't understand. Then he turns to her, and there's something fierce in his eyes. Listen to me very carefully. My father's men are watching your apartment. They've been here since you left for the mansion. He knows you came asking questions. He knows you're Lily's friend. Maya's blood turns to ice. What do? You come with me. Tonight. Now. He's already putting the car in reverse. Pack nothing. Bring nothing. Leave your phone, they're probably tracking it. Where am I going? Dmitri doesn't answer immediately. He drives fast, taking turns at random, watching the mirrors. Finally, he says, you're going to stay at my private apartment. The one my father doesn't know about. He glances at her. And tomorrow, you're going to be my new assistant. My girlfriend. Whatever story keeps you close enough for me to protect. I can't just, you can, and you will. Because the alternative is my father's men kicking down your door tonight. His voice is hard. Trust me, Maya. Please. She has nowhere else to go. No one else to turn to. The monster is her only hope. But the story doesn't end here. Dmitri's private apartment is nothing like the mansion. It's modern, minimalist, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. No oil paintings. No gilt frames. Just clean lines and open space. Guest room is through there, he says, pointing. Lock the door if it makes you feel safer. I won't bother you. Maya stands in the middle of the living room, still processing. 12 hours ago, she was eating ramen in her studio. Now she's hiding in a mob boss's secret apartment. Why are you doing this? She asks. Really? Dmitri shrugs off his suit jacket. Underneath, she can see a shoulder holster, a gun. He sees her looking and removes it carefully, locks it in a drawer. Because Lily trusted me to keep her safe, and I failed her by making her disappear. I won't fail you too. He runs a hand through his dark hair. And because maybe I'm tired of being the villain in everyone's story. Maybe saving you is the first decent thing I've done in years. He sounds exhausted. Human. Get some sleep, he says. Tomorrow will be complicated. But sleep doesn't come. Maya lies in the guest bed, staring at shadows on the ceiling, thinking about Lily safe in Vancouver and herself trapped in a stranger's apartment and the men in the SUV who wanted to hurt her. Around 3 a.m., she hears Dmitri moving around. She finds him in the kitchen, drinking straight from a vodka bottle, staring at nothing. Can't sleep either? Maya asks. He looks up, and in the dim light, he looks younger. Vulnerable. I keep thinking about my mother, he says quietly. She tried to leave my father once. When I was 8. He found her within 12 hours. He takes another drink. They never found her body. Maya's breath catches. Dmitri, that's who we're dealing with. That's who wants to find you. He sets the bottle down. So tomorrow, when we go to the family brunch and you pretend to be mine, remember, you're not acting for me. You're acting to stay alive. The next morning, Dmitri gives her clothes, designer pieces still tagged, exactly her size. She doesn't ask how he knew. Wear the black dress, he says. And these. He hands her diamond earrings that probably cost more than her car. You need to look like you belong to me. Belong to you? In their world, that's how they'll see it. His voice is apologetic. I'm sorry. But we need to sell this. The family brunch is at the mansion. Maya's hands shake as they pull up. She's back in the place she snuck into yesterday, but now arriving through the front door in diamonds and designer clothes. The dining room is full of Volkovs, Victor at the head of the table, his cold eyes missing nothing. Natasha from last night, her red lips pressed into a thin line. Other family members Maya doesn't know, all watching as Dmitri enters. With Maya on his arm. Father, Dmitri says calmly. Everyone. I'd like you to meet Maya Chen. My girlfriend. The silence is deafening. Viktor Volkov sets down his fork very carefully. Girlfriend. How sudden. Not that sudden. We've been seeing each other for months. I just preferred to keep it private. Dmitri pulls out a chair for Maya, and she sits because standing feels impossible. How interesting, Victor says, and his smile doesn't reach his eyes. Tell me, Ms. Chen, what do you do? Maya opens her mouth, but Dmitri answers first. She's an art consultant. We met at a gallery opening. Art consultant. Victor's gaze pins Maya in place. And your family? Her father was a professor. Her mother, a pianist. Both deceased. Dimitri's hand finds Maya's under the table, squeezes once. A warning or a comfort, she can't tell. Natasha laughs, sharp and cruel. Dmitri, darling, this is absurd. Yesterday you promised me, I promised you nothing, Natasha. His voice could cut glass. You assumed. I never confirmed. The brunch continues in tense silence. Maya barely touches her food. She can feel Victor watching her, calculating, trying to find the lie. Then it happens. Ms. Chen, Victor says suddenly, weren't you here yesterday? At the gala? Maya's heart stops. Dmitri goes very still beside her. I don't think, she starts. No, I'm certain. Mrs. Thornton mentioned a new girl from the agency. About your height. Your coloring. Victor's smile is predatory. How coincidental. The room holds its breath. Dmitri stands abruptly, pulling Maya up with him. You want to know the truth, father? Fine. Maya came here yesterday looking for her friend. A friend who used to work for us. She was desperate, so she pretended to be staff to get inside. He wraps his arm around Maya's waist, pulls her close. I found her. We talked. And I realized she was the bravest person I'd ever met. Dmitri, Victor's voice is dangerous. I'm done hiding, Dmitri continues. Done pretending. Done letting you control every aspect of my life. He looks down at Maya, and she sees something fierce in his eyes. She's mine. And if you have a problem with that, we can discuss it. Alone. Then he does something that stops everyone's breath, he kisses her. It's not gentle. It's possessive, claiming, a public declaration that everyone in the room understands. Maya freezes for a heartbeat, then kisses him back because selling this lie is the only way to survive it. When they break apart, the room is silent. She's mine, Dmitri repeats, voice low and dangerous. Anyone who touches her answers to me. Viktor Volkov stares at his son for a long moment. Then, impossibly, he smiles. Well, he says softly. Isn't this interesting? But that smile promises something dark is coming. And Maya just became the center of a war she doesn't understand. Like if you believe in dangerous love. Comment if you think Maya can survive this world. Share if you want to see what Victor does next.